He's Ash.
He's David. And this is the Artful Pose.
Hey everybody, this is Ash from the Artful Pose, and today we're going to be looking at the Hasbro Marvel Legends X-Men 97 2-pack of Wolverine and Storm. This time Wolverine in the John Byrne brown and tan. I thought the Hulk in that, no? And we have the black suit Storm. Alright, let's free these mutants. Okay, so the first one we're going to start off with, and this is actually my favorite, we're going to start off with Storm. Now, part of the reasons why we're starting off with Storm in this figure review is, well, if you've been collecting, then you know we have a lot of Wolverines available. There's a lot of Wolverines, there's a lot of Logans. We don't really have that many Storm. We have, or at least Hasbro and Marvel have given us a couple of Storms. We had a couple of white versions, one black version, and I think one with a lightning bolt on her chest, if I'm correct. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. I'm just going based off of memory. But in this version, we don't get a lot of. And to be dead honest, this is the version that I first grew up with before the 1990s cartoon where they gave her the Jim Lee white outfit. This is the one just before that I was first exposed to Storm with. And it has a nostalgic feel for me. I really do like it. So let's get into the figure. What makes this one so great? Well, we have the animated style hair, which for Aurora, I mean, look at that. That is some beautiful hair. I love that. I love the huge strands because it looks so comic booky. And we got her tiara going on, and it looks so nice. It's very simple, almost Jack Kirby-like. And her articulation is really good. I mean, look, we got double-jointed arms right here. No ab crunch. They gave the classic female body bulk with this Storm. You can see some of it's kind of a reuse because this is all sculpted on and painted. She does have a thigh cut up here. She does have ankle rockers. They're very stiff. And she's got double jointed knees. No pins, obviously. And she can lift her legs up about that high, which is great just for some flying poses. One of the things I do like, if you notice that her cape is static, but it's made out of a much softer fabric. So it doesn't impede, especially for Storm, a lot of her articulation. She's not a kung fu master, but she is a combat person. But most of her abilities rely on, I mean, if you've read the comics, if you've seen the movies, you've seen the cartoons, most of the time she just kind of floats, woo, and then does her weather abilities. And what makes this one even better, and why partially it's worth the 2-pack, the accessories! Most of these only come with a couple accessories. This one, oh my gosh, she's stacked. Check it out. So, she comes with an alternative head. Ooh, angry Storm. And I love, look at that, with the flowing hair. And you can take this cape off. Pops off ever so nicely, if I can do it. I have a camera in the way. Comes with a different cape. Also, that flimsy plastic goes right over. You can put her head on. So you can pop it out. Oh, that one had a nice pop. I loved it. So check out that. You got the wind blowing. And it's blowing the cape. And to add insult to injury for this, oh my gosh, it's so cool. They gave her lightning hands, which honestly I don't remember her creating that much lightning with her hands because she's not bioconductor, but she just controls, like, weather. But hey, it gets the effect, so you can have her by the winds. I can't do a girl African accent. I'm sorry if I butcher that. So she comes with, look at these hands, her fingers. And she also comes with these electrical pieces. I love this. And these are very versatile. You can use these with your electro, you can use them with any electric-based figure. If you even have a speedster, you can put these on there and get a good speedster effect. Now, to be dead honest, if anyone knows in the comments below how you attach these, all I can think of is just wrapping it around extremities and then making it happen. Is there a picture on the box? Let's see. No, there's not even a picture on the box. They show a picture on the box with her with the lightning hands, but not with the actual lightning. So, if you're able to get them to adhere somehow, by all means, tell us in the comments below, and maybe we'll throw up some pictures on how to do it. But yeah, check that out. Black Costume Storm. Oh, they did such a great job. This is one thing that David and I have talked about, that when Hasbro knocks it out of the park, they knock it out of the park. They really do. Very, very happy with that. That's a great figure. And the paint apps, they're pretty decent. I mean, just look at those fingers. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Alright, next we have Wolverine in his brown and tan John Byrne outfit. Ooh, look at that. You want some of this, bub? Yeah, check out those fangs. That's on point. Very rarely do we get a screaming Wolverine with the fangs. Normally it's just teeth. Not often do we get fangs on them. Alright, so this is based off of, supposedly, the X-Men 97 version of the brown suit, which we see later on in the series. I think it's a very well done Wolverine. Now, well, let me get through this and then we'll get into that. So he has the butterfly joints, as you can see here. They're a bit stiff, and that's because of the way they did the paint job on this one to get the darker hues. Yes, those are darker hues. The hair on the biceps and forearms are sculpted and painted. Beautiful head sculpt, and if you notice, animated chin stubble. Yeah. So it's your basic Wolverine. He does have his classic claw hands. Let me get those on, because that's his whole shtick. There's the claws. I mean, we do know the healing, and we have the special senses, and he can smell. He's essentially a giant kitty cat, if you ask me. Not that that's a bad thing. I love cats. I have 5 of them. So, shoot, one of my orange and white cats, his name is Logan. Same temperament, too. Anyway, so that's him with the claws. The claws are very nice. You notice they're the straight, tubular kind, not the flat blade like what we see in the movies. It's got all the standard articulation. Got the joints. Now, if you're looking at this 2-pack, and you're thinking, oh, and he did come with a unmasked head. Right here. Boop, boop. So, very animated looking. I love the hair. You can tell that he puts a lot of grease on, and then it molds to the mask. Just kidding. But it looks great overall. Let me pop that off real quick. And put the mask back on, because I do love... Those who are Wolverine fans seeing this, we know the difference with the horns. The horns, depending on... It's just like a Batman cowl. You got big, small, short, wide, angular, anime. There's a variety. This one I like. It's a good in-between. It's got the nice swoopy action. Almost looks dangerous, like if he headbutts you. Ah, I got stabbed. He's just stabby all around. One of the things I used to do, what I did with this one, because last year we also got a Ultimates version of Wolverine. But I will say, I'm not a big fan of screaming heads. I mean, I like a good screaming head if the pose calls for it. But not all the time. So now we're going to get into some comparisons, because you might be asking, or thinking, I should say, well, Ash, if I might, or I have that, which one was it? Oh yeah, Secret Wars Wolverine in the same outfit, same articulation, looks just like the one I have at home. In fact, let's bring them out. And let's do a side-by-side comparison. I'll do a more vanilla pose. Just hands by his side so you can actually get a good look. I love that smirk. That's just a great smirk. Why? Because he's the best at what he does, and what he does isn't very nice, and he knows it. And he's going to show you. Oh, sorry about that. A little too shaky. Not stabby. So let's look at the claws. Let's see the difference with the claws. Pretty much the same. But you notice the brown is a bit different. And I will say this. This being a more light palette, and this one being a more dark palette, the feel is totally different. This one, the matte one, feels a bit rough. More rough, I should say. And then the one that's more light and glossy, the posability on this one is a bit stiff. This one, it's almost as if he poses himself. And you notice that the belt buckles are totally different. This is more accurate to the comic book, what we see and back in the day in the 80s and early 90s, and this is obviously for the show. Other than that, the articulation, pretty the same. But back to the horns. See the difference? It is different. But now let's see, if you don't like screaming heads, because I was just saying about screaming heads, what I like about them and what I don't like about them. I like it when it calls for it. Do I need him in a meeting room discussing with Scott and Professor X, screaming at them? No. That's why sometimes I do like a closed mouth, because it's more versatile in terms of a situation. So let's see if we can do a head swap and it would still fit. Because if you still have that Secret Wars Wolverine, would it fit with this one? Well, sort of. This is a much lighter yellow than the tan here. But it can work. It fits. It's just different coloring. But overall, this one just fits more. I really would have liked to have had a closed mouth in this version. I will say this though, guys, I'm not going to complain. Because if you missed out on the Secret Wars Wolverine and this was your only chance to get a John Byrne brown suit Wolverine, this is great. This is a great brown suit Wolverine. I mean, it's got all the classic, it's got the boots, it's got the browns, the claws, the angling, everything. I mean, if you grew up in the 80s and 90s, this is your Wolverine. Then later on, we got the tiger stripes. Because like I said, he's a giant kitty cat. I mean, he's pretty much not roaring, he's hissing. And then comparison, so this is what I did with his alternate head. I put it on the Ultimates Wolverine, which works pretty darn well. Because this one also came with a screening head and no alternate. So I gave him an alternate non-screening head. And it works. It works! Even with the slight coloring, it works. I love that hair. Okay, so let's break out Storm, because we're going to sign off. I'm going to hold her, because she also has heels, and is a bit difficult to get standing. So there you have it. The Marvel Legends X-Men 97 2-pack of Wolverine and Storm. If you're on the fence of getting this, I say get it. You won't be disappointed, especially if that's the team that you're trying to build at home, or that's your favorite version. Don't hesitate. Please like and subscribe. It really helps out our channel. We are a new channel. Leave comments down below. We'll love to hear from you. And this is Ash signing off from the Artful Pose, and may all your poses be artful. Bye.
Hey boys and girls, David here. Thanks so much for watching our latest video. We really appreciate it. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to see us cover something, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And tell us how you think we're doing, where we can improve. Because if we don't improve, then we end up like this Sentinel here, and it looks like he's got a headache, and somebody beat him up. And nobody wants to get beaten up. So let's make sure that Ash and I don't get beaten up. So, hey, thanks again. Let us know what you think. See you next time.